So I'm going to give this whole video journal thing a try. I've had a lot of people asking me, and actually people from my mother's hospital asking her about how the travel nursing thing is going. This is my first assignment. I've been ER nurse for 2 years. Started as a new grad in a level 2 trauma center. And now I'm in South Dakota. I am staying on the agency's housing in White River and working in Rosebud, which is on tribal lands. It's very different. I am very excited to work with a culture that I really haven't worked with at all, so this will be an experience for sure. Not quite positive how I wound up coming to South Dakota in the winter, but here we are. So I'm gonna get it done. Don't expect stories of patient care. We all know the kind of patient population I'll probably be encountering in this area, the struggles that the Native population has gone through over the years, and the medical issues they commonly have are pretty well known, so there's no reason for that. This is focusing on my experience as a travel nurse. Don't know how often I'm planning on updating. This isn't going to be like that exciting, but I've had a lot of people ask. So agency housing, it's decent. There's issues, so obviously the beds have been very well slept in. I'm in a room with a queen bed. Bedding was like the sheets. Maybe getting new sheets. These ones have been very well used, almost threadbare, and it's obvious over time everyone sleeps in the middle of the bed. But again, I mean, it's not like they're charging me a lot for this place. You know, the bed's still comfortable. No big deal. It's obvious other nurses don't dust, so I've been doing some dusting and cleaning, which is fine. You know, that's not a huge deal. Utilities and internet are included, which is, I don't know, I'm worried about setting that up, so I'm taking that as a bonus. Yeah, it's kind of sad being away from my husband. I'm really only in day 4 of this. We FaceTime every night. I miss my cat too. Not gonna say which I miss more. Anyway, so some flies, not too bad. The wasps are I guess they try to come in during this time of year. I was warned by the locals that that's actually normal. I've killed 3. And I bought a fly swatter because I'm really tired of using my shoes. But yeah, you can tell this is a place that night shift nurses will sleep in because all the windows in the bedrooms have either trash bags, like black trash bags, taped over the window, or one of them has like a comforter pinned over it. Which I get. I was a night shift nurse for a year and a half. I understand. Spacious. The floors are very nice. Right now, COVID is still very much in the minds of the community and in the hospital. So every night, actually, we might be hearing it any minute. I know it's only like 9:30, about 9:45, 9:50ish, they sound, it's their town's tornado siren to mark the beginning of curfew. I'm an essential employee, so I don't have to worry about that kind of thing. However, yeah, they have curfew. And they also sound the siren at right around 6 p.m. because that's when employers need to close down their stores so their employees have time to get home and settled by the time curfew begins. It's definitely different. I honestly didn't know about that when I came here, but it really doesn't change anything for me. I mean, business is just closed sooner, so a little bit of an adjustment. The hospital is very COVID minded. They are very strict about the mask policy for employees. But again, I understand if all your employees catch COVID, I mean, where are you going to get nurses This is well, not kind of, it's remote, but it's beautiful. And the people are incredibly kind. And I'm not just talking the employees at the hospital. My first day for orientation, I walk up to the main doors and they haven't been unlocked yet. And there were a couple of folks waiting to get in, just waiting for them to open. This one lady's like, "Oh no, honey, the employees they go down this walkway over here. They go in through the basement." And like she was like totally willing to walk me down there and stuff, and it was completely wonderfully kind. Also, if I'm walking through the hospital and I look even just a little bit slightly lost, like I have like 3 employees like, "Are you okay? We're like, where are you trying to go? We'll help you get there." So it's been very nice. I went to the ER because that will be the department I'm working in for the first time today to put my masks in their locker that I will be switching out. And the ER doctor offered to show me around the department. I'm like, I'm sure I'll have time tomorrow. Because I had to get back to some training stuff, but that was also kind. My neighbors across the hall are a couple of ER doctors I'll be working with. We're planning on carpooling, so making friends already, and that's not something I've necessarily struggled with in the past. I do feel like you have to be outgoing to be a travel nurse, and very much open-minded, willing to learn new policy and procedures. Like, this is an IHS hospital because it's federal. A lot of paperwork, way more paperwork than any job I've had before this point. We'll see how my time management skills come in, because not only do I have to chart in the old EHR system, but I also have to paper chart everything. So it's like double duty. I think it has has something to do with billing, but I'm not quite sure why. But that's one of those things. If that's the way it has to be, there's no point in questioning it. Very curious to see how it goes. But I mean, if other people have been doing it, obviously I will adapt and overcome. Another interesting thing that this hospital does, because Rosebud is so small, and there's not much staff for traumas and code blues, they actually have a telehealth nurse on like a TV screen overlooking the whole thing, charting for us. And then when it's complete, the chart gets printed out and we read through it and sign off on it. If there's any errors, we correct that. Different, having your charting done by someone who's not even in the room, but I mean, that's a load off your shoulders. We'll see. It could be interesting. Yeah, so far I'm liking it. I'm only in the first week. But yeah, this will be a very interesting experience. So for any of you who randomly see this, I'm not expecting a lot of views. If you have questions, feel free to ask. If there's too many, I'm obviously not going to be addressing all of them, but I'll try. I don't foresee that being a problem. But yeah, so y'all take care. Be safe. I will too.